Average human in modern day inhale more than 68,000 microparticles of plastics in a day that are so small that they enter your lungs and get absorbed in your blood. The numbers are so big that we are even finding plastics in body of newborn babies and in their first stool. Modern world is like a huge gas chamber we are living in. There might be a question in your brain popping up that is there a solution to this? And answer is yes, there is a solution and you can minimize the risk by making some small changes in your home and in your life. Before we talk about it, let's discuss the severity of bad AQI on our health and our life. According to World Health Organization, air pollution causes 7 million premature deaths annually and it's treated as a global health threat by health organizations. The sad part is that around 99% of world's population are living in places where the AQI is way above WHO's guidelines, which means that almost everyone is breathing toxic fume in our world nowadays. There have been a research that found links between chronic pollution exposure and sarcopenia, which is a progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and muscle degradation. There have been a long-term study done for 5 years to find out that if there is a link between bad air quality and muscle loss, and they see a decline in grip strength and skeletal muscle mass along with increasing body fat percentages in people living in cities with bad air quality. The air quality affects our testosterone too, which is a major hormone for male health and fitness, and it plays an important role in muscle building. To understand the importance of testosterone, most of the steroids are used to increase the amount of testosterone, and people risk their lives just to get more amount of it and increase their muscle mass or performance. Bad air quality can affect your testosterone levels. For someone interested in muscle building, only the primary factors are eating, sleeping, and progressive overload. But if you are interested more in cardiovascular fitness or you are an athlete and care about your overall health, not just the amount of muscles on your body, then bad air quality should be a big concern for you. Other than that, it also affects your performance during exercise by causing inflammation in your airways and reducing the amount of efficiency in your workout, especially when you exercise outside. Large observational data from China also shows that people living in higher AQI cities have overall lower fitness scores. In short, it does reduce the flow of oxygen to muscles. Inflammation and oxidative stress can reduce recovery, and breathing hard during intense workouts cause pollutants to penetrate deep inside your lungs and bloodstream. So we do know that it affects your fitness. Now before we talk about solutions and what you can do, let's talk about some of health effects of air pollution. The first contact of bad air after our nose are our lungs. When these polluted particles get into our lungs, they damage their tissues. In short term, it can cause coughing, shortness of breath, and irritation in your airways. But in long term, it can develop into lung cancer, which can be lethal for you. After lungs, it gets absorbed into your blood and travels to heart, causing heart attacks and other heart-related diseases. Since it's already in your blood, it affects your whole nervous system and all the major organs associated with it, including your brain and mainly your reproductive system. In men, it will reduce your sperm count and its movement. The movement of sperm might not seem like a big deal, but it hugely affects the chances of pregnancy. The lower testosterone in males caused by bad air quality can also affect their sexual health. In women, it can cause low birth weight of babies and other health complications in them. Whenever we talk about pollution, we always hear about fertility problems, and in my opinion, if you are planning to get some mini-me's in future or care about your health, then you should watch this video because I will discuss some of the steps that you can take to avoid health complications related to bad air quality. We will talk about solutions in this video, but I want to talk about negative effects first so you can understand the severity of problem and give it required attention. We have to do something as human beings because it's not only our health at stake, but our planet Earth is also suffering because of it. Environmental pollution is disturbing the temperature around world, causing glaciers to melt, floods, heat waves that kills 500,000 people annually. It's not a future problem anymore, it's here now and we have to do something about it. Third world countries with weak infrastructure are taking more of a hit. Coastal nations are drowning, hot countries are overheating, and poor countries are paying for rich countries' emissions. It's not just about storms and floods, but it will determine civilization as whole in long term. Where people can live, what food they can grow, which cities will remain functional, and which nations will remain stable. Now there is always an evolutionary desire and urge in us to survive, and we normally respond to these problems by ignoring them, thinking in our monkey brains that if we don't think about it, it won't exist. But it is here and we have to do something about it now. None of us want to breathe toxic air and suffer all the health related problems, and we want solutions. This polluted world is not an accident, but it's built this way systematically and it won't go away in a day. But if we remain consistent and focus on such things as nations and as human race, there might comes a day when we or our future generation will live in much cleaner environment than we are living in now. Now there are some things that we have to do individually and there are things that we have to do as a community to fight for better environment. First, I will talk about some of the steps I have planned to take in my personal life to fight with it. There will be discipline related problems and you might might be so busy in your life to do it all, but if you can, you must give it a go. The modern human is so busy with his job and stress around us that some of us can't even focus on healthy living. But despite all that, I would say that it's all about your priorities. If you want to do it, you will surely find a way. Otherwise, there can be a lot of excuses, legitimate and illegitimate ones. I will talk about some of the steps you can take, and even if you can do one of the following, you must do it. The first thing you can do is track AQI like a weather. Normally, most of your weather apps show air quality index, and most of the air purifiers also show it. Now, there are some of cities like Lahore, New Delhi and Dhaka where AQI is so bad that if possible, you should consider moving. And if not possible, then take extreme precautions. Normally, if AQI is more than 200, you should avoid outdoor activities or limit them to as little as possible. Damage will be more when you exercise hard in polluted areas and then ends up inhaling deeper in polluted area. You should wear masks outdoor if AQI is higher than 200 and you must go outside. Use N95, KN95 and FFP2 masks. Avoid surgical and cloth masks as they are useless for PM 2.5, which are microplastics 37 times smaller than human hair. A good mask alone can stop 70% to 95% of polluted particles. It's like an armor for your lungs and you must treat it like one. Other than going outside, most of us spend more than 80% of our times indoor. In this case, an air purifier is a must-have. If you are living in an area exceeding 200 AQI, there are some buying tips that I wanted to share with you related to air purifier. Use HEPA air purifier and avoid titles like HEPA type, HEPA like, as they are marketing terms trying to confuse people. Go for true HEPA H13 or H14 written on packaging or in product description. Another thing you should focus on while buying air purifier is its clean air delivery rate. It determines how fast it can clean a room. If you are installing it for larger area, then purchase one with higher clean air delivery rate. If clean air delivery rate is not mentioned on packaging, then it's a red flag and should be avoided. Simple formula is room size in square feet multiplied by 5 is equal to required clean air delivery rate. Don't go for room size claims on packaging and use this formula. Ask salesman about filter replacement and how often it's required to replace the filter and how much it will cost. If filter replacement is expensive and parts are not available locally, then avoid it as it will increase expenses. Avoid air purifiers that produce ozone or use ionizers as main technology, because ozone will irritate your lungs and ionizers without HEPA just move pollution around. If you live in a dusty area, go for washable filter option if it's available, as it will reduce cost. Check for power consumption and avoid fancy stuff like Wi-Fi and apps like Voice Assistant and other marketing gimmicks installed in it. Use bedroom as location because you spend 6 to 8 hours inhaling deep in that space. If your windows are old, get them repaired and sealed properly so the amount of pollutants can be decreased inside the room. When going outside, try to breathe from nose as much as possible and avoid heavy traffic areas on bad days. And when you came back from outside, take a shower or at least wash your hands and face to remove any pollutants that are stuck on your skin, hairs, etc. On eating side of things, eat fruits to get vitamin C, proteins from chicken, omega-3 from fish, and a lot of water to clear mucus buildup inside your nasal cavity. Avoid smoking and second-hand smoke since you are already inhaling a lot of it through environment. Take special care of elders and children as they are more vulnerable. Now, when we talk about such things, there is always talk of planting more trees. They are actually more of shock absorbers, not a cure. They are effective for cleaning carbon dioxide, but they are not that much great against PM 2.5 microplastics. They do block some amount of it on leaves, but not a great cure for it. Newly planted trees will take years to decades to become effective, and it's not an instant solution. Now, we have discussed what you can do as an individual. Let's discuss what we can do as a community to fight off the air pollution. We don't give it too much attention because it's kind of invisible threat around us. We have to start social awareness campaigns for other people around so it won't continue to be an invisible threat and people knows about how dangerous it is for us and future generations. You can start locally and stop open garbage burning in your community, stop using old diesel vehicles and generators, report any illegal burning activity and many other things. The transport is one of biggest cause of all the pollutants, so we should encourage the usage of public transport more instead of using personal cars all the time. We have to start more designated walking or cycling lanes or hours to minimize the cars and other pollutant machines on the road. You as a community should make sure that waste collection is being done on fixed timings and they are dealing with it properly. If regulations are not good, then it is our duty as a community to put pressure on authorities to take care of it and give it the attention it needed. Once we get together and build rules on what is acceptable and what's not, then it will bring the cultural shift in long term that will most likely eliminate this problem for good. Now, I know this won't be fixed in a day or maybe not even a year, but we can do enough to make it better than planet is today. And maybe as an individual we won't be able to do much, but when together humans can truly move mountains and achieve the most impossible of things. If we don't care about it now and don't take action on it, we will leave this planet in worst of conditions for upcoming generations, and we will not be remembered as greatly. Thanks a lot for watching. If you are still here, always take good care of your health and eat good, sleep better and move more.